you might be wasting years of time and energy doing sets that don't even build any muscle. Because I wasted 10 years doing that, but you won't have to. So today, I'm breaking down the science behind why you only need 2 sets, how to always train with perfect techniques so those 2 sets actually count, and how to keep progressing week after week so you can get lean fast and wear your shirts better. Now, most people think they need to tear their muscles apart in the gym and it rebuilds itself bigger and stronger. If that was true, then when I dislocated my shoulder and tore everything around it, I should be looking like The Rock now on this side. As you can see, I don't look like The Rock that much. Maybe a far relative at most. And let me explain why. So a few years ago, I was working at a fitness school and I met Ishi there when she first joined as an intern. And initially, I spent so much energy cleaning up after all the mess and damage she was doing. It wasn't only until after a month that we could start to finally use her. And your muscles work the exact same way. Because in the beginning, when you're hammering out 5 heavy sets on the bench press, most of your body's energy goes into repairing the damage you just did to your chest, not building it. And only once your body adapts to the training and then less damage is being done, then it can use energy to do something more productive, like muscle protein synthesis, which is exactly what you need to build muscle. So don't think about tearing your muscles apart, think about stimulating it so it's optimal for muscle protein synthesis. Take bicep curls. If you load up the heaviest weight and grind to absolute failure, you've already hit full stimulation. Now, if you're a pervert, then think of it like this. That last final all-out set, it's like coming. Anything after that is dead. So why do 2 sets and not just 1 if 1 is all you need? Well, because if you do your first set, you may think you went to absolute failure until you accidentally catch a glimpse of that old lady's feet and suddenly you bang out 20 more reps in that next set. So doing 3 insane sets with drop sets and long warm-ups in the gym, you're just wasting your time and energy. Instead, do a very light warm-up set before each exercise to prep you and then go bang out 2 heavy ones and it's over, man. You'll start looking like far relatives of The Rock like I do. And if you want to lose your belly fat and get leaner faster, I'll help you do that for free. Just check the link in the description for that. Now, even after doing 2 intense sets perfectly, you might still struggle to see visible changes. I'm going to use Ishi again to explain. So all her life, she got picked last in every sport she played because she was garbage at sports. Until I made her try jiu-jitsu and she absolutely dominated everyone in her sight and got in the best shape of her life. Now, the reason you might not be seeing results fast enough is because you're going against your body's biology and it's not what works with you. So Ishi and I sitting down are the same height, but if we stand up, I'm much taller. That's because my femurs are longer than my New Year's resolutions. Now, say we saw a YouTube video of some wanker saying you need to do barbell squats with good posture so you can hit your quads. Now, Ishi can stand up easily and squat and hit her quads. But me, however, if I try with my long ass femurs, I'll tip over backwards. Now, I've done this for years and I never seen results on my quads because I naturally lean forward in squats, caused me to work more on my glutes and lower back. The truth is, there is no such thing as perfect technique. Our bodies are all uniquely different. So when you pick your exercises, you need to know what muscles you're trying to target. That way, you can make adjustments and build muscle much faster using the best exercises that let you move comfortably to a full range of motion and keep that tension locked on the exact muscle you're trying to grow. You might hear that bench presses are amazing for building your chest, but you feel a pain in your shoulder when you do it. So then maybe doing dumbbell presses are a much better option for you. My first ex hated my foot fetish. Every time I went for a feed, I'd end up with a black eye for a week because that's her biology. But my next girlfriend, she was okay with it as long as she was asleep. Now, in the last 6 months, I've seen the fastest growth of my life despite recovering from surgery, all because of one simple rule I followed in the gym. And if you're not following this rule, you'll stay stuck looking the same for years because that's what happened with me. Now, imagine there's a guy named Malvin, and he fell in love with a girl. He did everything in his power to make her his girlfriend. Flowers, nice dates, doing her laundry, massage, everything. Now, Malvin ended up in a relationship with her, not because she truly loved him for who he is, but because he kind of forced himself into it. And over time, she ended up realizing that this is not what she truly wants, and she ended up breaking my Malvin's heart. If Malvin had met someone else, been himself, and not forced things, he could have progressed into a nice, healthy relationship. Now, when it comes to lifting weights, you might have heard about progressive overload. What people think that means is they need to keep pushing themselves harder, grab heavier weights each week, and if they don't, they won't make any gains. But that's not how progressive overload works. You grab heavier weights as a result to your body building more muscle and getting stronger from the training you're doing. If you just force the weights like Malvin did in the relationship, you might end up getting injured, not seeing the progress you're looking for, feel frustrated, and maybe even quit. A practical way to make sure you're progressing is to just simply write down the weights and the reps you're doing. Let's say your target range is 6 to 12 reps. If you're curling 20 kilos for 6 reps today, that's your baseline. Next time, push for 7 reps, then maybe 8 reps. Keep building up until you do 12 solid reps. Once you hit the top of that range, increase the weight to 25 kilos, drop back down to 6 reps, and then just keep repeating that cycle. Now, you don't have to track every little thing you do in the gym because we have lives, man. I want to lift weights, work, make money, go home and wank. So what I recommend you to do is just track the main big boy exercises like your squats, your bench press, your rows, and that should be enough to get you started. Now, to actually get real results, you need to consistently apply this. But the problem is most people fail to be consistent because they're relying on willpower instead of a routine that makes this automatic. So over here, I show you the exact routine I use that gets you lean in 30 days and it'll change your life.